Hi everyone, anyone who's watching this actually. I'm going to be just talking about how I produced my latest song, which is probably going to be included in an album soon. I don't know. It's, in my opinion, one of the best tracks, if not the best track I have ever produced. It is a combination of Porter Robinson, Phoebe Bridgers, Radiohead, a little bit of Tame Impala, and a little bit of The Midnight, which are my favorite artists right now. So, yeah, also forgive me if I have a little bit of an accent. I'm Mexican, and I learned an quote unquote American accent by watching Markiplier and by reading comics. So, yeah, forgive me. Anyway, we start the song with this little section that I made almost a year ago, actually, which goes like this. We actually, I recorded this also as an Easter egg.
What is this tape?
What is this tape? This is my favorite tape. It's a reference to Hard Feelings / Loveless by Lorde, also here.
What is this tape?
This is my favorite tape. Anyway. So, the original demo of the song, it's just like this. Sounds kind of dry, right? But with the synths I added, it sounds a little bit more colorful. We also get to the bass of the song, which, believe it or not, it's just this. For the entirety of the song, the whole 5 minutes of the song, this is the bass line. All of it. We also get to the vocals, which just say repeatedly, the villain is watching, I'm no superhero. So basically, this song talked about my depression and how I've dealt with it and how I cope with being severely depressed and just being a piece of shit and just being a menace to society and serving no fucking purpose. So this, by saying like the villain is watching, is basically just saying that in a cliche way, my demons are watching me. You know, like my bad thoughts, my depressive thoughts, they're looking after me, like they're watching me. And I'm no superhero. Like, a superhero is the guy that's supposed to defeat the villain, but I'm no superhero, so I don't have the strength to fight those feelings, you know? Now you can see that I fucking did this. Just so I could separate these two different parts of the song. Now we get to the interesting part of the track, my favorite part of the track, the rest of the song itself. You can also hear this piano just being looped around over and over again. Which is basically just this loop, this one right here. But I literally just, this one's, I just like moved them around and shit. I moved each one of them around and I got it whole different melody, and it sounds really, really nice. So this is what I mean when I say that this track is kind of inspired by Radiohead. Specifically their track Kid A. If you listen to Kid A by Radiohead and then listen to this song, they're kind of similar. But yeah, anyway, I did this whole song in like 20 hours, like a single day. Sometimes I get these random bursts of creativity where I'm just like, I'm going to create a song, and I fucking make a song, and it's like, and it always ends up being like the best track I make up to that point. I don't know why. It literally happens like once every 4 or 5 months. We get this the second part of the song, I guess. We get this. Again with the piano loop, the bass.
I don't always watch the villains at night.
Really interesting thing going on here with the vocals, because as you can hear, for some reason I decided it was a good idea to
I don't always watch the villains at night.
just whisper the track, whisper the song, along me just actually singing the song. I thought it was really interesting.
I don't always watch the villains at night.
I think it gives the song a very unique feeling, a very unique perspective. Like it feels more intimate, more honest, more raw, I guess. More like even a little bit messier because of this effect I also put on the track. Yeah. It's that, and also we get again the goddammit, the fucking bass line. The same bass line as always. Yep, we get the drums. Which is actually the first time I used this type of equalizer, or this type of filter that is included. Like it's a way more complicated equalizer than just your average equalizer that is in here. It was the first time I actually experimented with that, and I found it really interesting, and I really liked it. The lyrics say, I don't always watch the villains at night, but I do as they please every time they're around. When I try not to fall to the infinite trap, I dig my own grave and bury myself. Again, talking about my depression, my my experience with having depressing thoughts, I guess. Just saying, I don't always watch the villains at night. Like, when I go to sleep, I don't always try to contain my negative feelings. But I do as they please every time they're around. But, like, even when I try to fight these feelings, I end up giving up. And I just end up doing whatever they want. Whatever these feelings want, I do it. And I listen to them, even though I shouldn't. When I try not to fall to the infinite trap, just a way of saying when I try not to fall to the endless spiral of depression, I dig my own grave and bury myself. Just saying, like, I cannot escape this loophole of being depressed, feeling sad. Being depressed, feeling sad. Well, not exactly feeling sad, because depression is way more than that. But being depressed, feeling like shit. Being depressed, feeling like shit. Being depressed, feeling like shit. Like, just this endless loophole. Yeah.
I don't always watch the villains at night, but I do as they please every time they're around. When I try not to fall to the infinite trap, I dig my
reverb on Bury Myself, just to, I guess, to recreate the feeling of being underground, like being like on a tunnel or something, but instead you're like fucking underground, 6 feet under the ground because you're buried alive, you know. Kind of simple, but I think it's effective.
Bury myself.
Anyway.
If I could make it change, I'd drink it all again, and everything fades. There's no fault to gain.
So, what I consider to be one of the best lines I've written, it says, "If I could make it change, I'd drink it all again, and everything fades. There's no fault to get." Just fuck. Should I talk about it? So basically saying, I can't change. Nothing fucking matters. Depression in a nutshell, baby. I think that's just my daily dose of derealization and depression, you know, and a little bit of nihilism and anxiety. Just, you gotta love it. You really gotta love it to just be able to survive it. You know, part of being depressed is just learning how to fucking deal with yourself. You see yourself as a burden. Like, I see myself as the biggest fucking burden. And, like, you have to learn how to deal with that. That's what hurts the most about being depressed. You have to learn how to deal with your fucking self. And that's what hurts the most. Because it's like, if other people want me, like, that's their problem. But why, like, what the fuck, you know? Like, I have to learn to deal with myself. This is something I have to do. It's kind of exhausting, actually. So yeah. Now, just going on with the rant. After that is my favorite part of the song. My absolute favorite part of the song. After I say, "There's no fault to get," the song just like, it turns like, it gets like a million times better. Just listen.
If I could make it change, I'd drink it all again, and everything fades. There's no fault to gain.
The first time I sang these vocals along with the melody, I literally got chills all over my body. I was like, this is perfect. This is fucking perfect. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I just love it. I fucking love it. And I added a bunch of little shit on this part of the song. I added this. Which is just a section of, what do you call it, like trumpets or whatever, but distorted. And then I distorted it again so you can barely recognize that they're trumpets. So yeah, cool. I also added this to simulate a hi-hat, but it's not exactly a hi-hat. And I also added this choppy vocals. You gotta love it. Aside from that, oh yeah, this now this is a hi-hat. I added this section of strings as well. Yeah, cool. And also, oh yeah, this little thingy as well. After this, we just go back to that distorted voice at the beginning of the song. And actually, I am saying something on in here. I am saying something. It is revealed at the end of the song, actually. So I think that's interesting. But yeah, after that, we go back to, I guess, the hook of the song. I also added this the synth from the beginning. I added the explosion from the beginning of the song just to add more chaos to the song, I guess. I added this thingus as well. So here is where it is revealed what this voice actually says. But I think I'm going to leave that for when I actually release the song. I already spoiled you the entirety of it. But since I know that I'm capable of doing something better than this, and like I consider this to be the best song I've made so far, but I also thought that when I made a song like Everything Hurts, which is on my Apple Music or Spotify or whatever, or a song like Your Middle Friends, or a song like Things Don't Change, or December, where I thought like, oh, this is where I peak. I thought that I can't make something better than this, but each time I managed to surpass myself, and I know I can make something better than this. It could take 5 months. it could take a year to make something better than this, but I know that eventually I am going to make a song that I consider to be better than this. So, yeah, that was me breaking down the production of. Oh, I didn't even tell you the name of the fucking song, man. It is called Splattered Into Materialism, which I think is a really pretentious fucking title for a song, but I don't care.